Hello everyone, welcome to Home Cooking with me Hema Subramanian. New Year's around the corner and New Year's Eves are always very special. We tend to have a lot of parties and get-togethers at home. And during this time, we always look to make some nice finger foods and snacks for our family and friends. So today I'm going to share 3 wonderful recipes that you can enjoy, try them at home and treat your family and friends. So one is cheesy nachos. Second one is spicy potato fries, and the third one is very interesting, no flame finger foods. So these are all very special dishes. Let's get started and check out these recipes. For this recipe, I've taken 200 grams of mozzarella cheese, grate it and keep it aside. Now you can also use cheddar cheese or a combination of mozzarella and cheddar for this recipe. For the topping, I'm going to mix a few vegetables along with some cheese and season it. For this, I've taken 1 cup of green capsicum chopped, 1 cup of red capsicum chopped, 1 cup of cooked corn kernels. So you can see the vegetables are all cut to equal size. A few black olives sliced, a few green olives sliced, 1 cup of grated mozzarella cheese. Next, I'm going to season it with 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon chili flakes. You can adjust the spice according to your taste, half teaspoon pepper, and half teaspoon salt. You can adjust the salt according to your taste, depending on the quantity of vegetables or the topping that you've taken. Mix everything together nicely. Finally, I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of tomato ketchup. So mix it all in. You can see the tomato ketchup is coating the vegetables and cheese nicely. You don't want to make it too saucy. This is just to give a nice flavor to the vegetables. Now the topping is done. Keep it aside. Now I'm going to assemble the nachos and the vegetable topping. Take a plate and start placing the nacho chips. Now these are flavored nacho chips that are store-bought. This is a cheese flavor. You can use any flavor of your choice, or you can even use plain nacho chips. Gently start placing the topping onto the chips. Make sure you spread it out evenly on all sides. Finally, top it off with some grated mozzarella cheese. The more cheese you add, you're going to get really nice cheesy nachos. So there you go. The chips are nicely covered with the topping. Next, to melt the cheese, I'm just going to place the plate into the pan. Now this plate is a oven-proof, heat-proof, microwave-safe plate. Make sure the plate is a heat-proof plate. So you can melt the cheese by placing it either in the oven or in a pan like this. Close the pan and let the cheese melt completely. This will take about 10 to 15 minutes. Wow, that looks amazing. You can actually see the cheese melting. So here you go. Here are these beautiful cheesy vegetable nachos that you can make anytime and enjoy them. They're so quick to make. You can use any vegetable toppings of your choice. Do try the recipe, share it with your family and friends and enjoy. For the potato fry, first I'm going to cut the potatoes. For this, peel off the skin. Cut the potato. So you can see, just cut it into like maybe half centimeter in thickness. You don't want it too thin, so the slices have to be a bit thick. Once you've cut the potato slices, just place them in water, otherwise they can turn brown very quickly. So the next, I'm going to boil these potatoes. Next, to cook the potato slices, to a pot add enough water. To the water, add about half teaspoon of salt. Transfer the potato slices to the pot. Cook them till they're completely done. After 15 minutes, turn off the stove. The potato slices are cooked. Strain them and keep it aside. Now I'm going to make a masala mix for the potato slices. For this, take 1 whole teaspoon of ginger garlic paste, the juice of half lemon. To this, add all the spice powder, starting with 1 teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon turmeric powder, 1.5 tablespoons chilli powder, 2 teaspoons coriander powder, 2 tablespoons besan, that is gram flour, and 1 tablespoon rice flour. Now if you don't have rice flour, you can also use corn flour. I'm adding the besan, that is gram flour, and the rice flour to give it a nice coating. Now mix everything together. I'm going to add a little water. Mix it, make sure you get a nice masala paste consistency. So since we've added the gram flour and the rice flour, so it's going to be absorbing all the water. So you can see the masala paste is nice and smooth. So you don't want it too thick and dry. It should be nice and creamy and flowy like this. So the first batch I mixed was not sufficient, so I've mixed extra now. So I've mixed more of the masala paste. Depending on the quantity of potato slices you have, you can mix the masala paste using the same proportions. The quantity of ingredients you can adjust accordingly. After dipping the potato slices in the masala, let it sit for about 5 minutes before frying them. We're going to shallow fry them. For this, take a pan, add a little oil. Gently flip the potatoes to the other side. See, it's got a lovely golden brown color to it. So for the final touch, I'm just going to fry a few curry leaves. Just garnish the potatoes with the fried curry leaves. First recipe I'm going to show you is a very quick and simple olives and cheese on skewer sticks. Now for this recipe I'm using black olives. These are pitted olives, but you can also use green olives. To this I'm going to pour 2 teaspoons of extra virgin olive oil. Now adding olive oil will keep it nice, soft and moist. Just mix it. Keep the olives aside. Next, I'm going to cut the cheese into cubes. I have a cube of processed cheese. I'm just going to cut it into 4. So there you have nice small cubes. So these are good and they are nice bite size. Before assembling the cheese and olives, just wash the toothpicks first. Wipe the sticks. So just pat it dry using a kitchen towel or a tissue paper. Keep it aside. Take a toothpick and take a cube of cheese. Insert it in the center, the middle. Carefully insert the toothpick in the center of the cheese. Take an olive and prick it in the center. There you go, I've inserted both. Just push it a little bit up so you have enough room to hold the stick. For the peanut mix, take 1 cup of roasted peanuts. So I'm using a really good quality roasted peanuts. I'm going to chop 1 large onion. So make sure you chop it nice and fine. Next I'm going to chop 1 green chilli. So you can increase or decrease the spice according to your taste. To this I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now you can adjust the salt according to the taste. Squeeze the juice of 1 lemon. Mix it all together. So you can see it's a very fresh mix. The onions and green chilies complements the roasted peanuts beautifully. Combination of peanuts is absolutely delicious. It is a great snack. You can have it any time. So those of you who are health conscious, this will be a great snack to have. You can fill these individual cups. For the carrot and cucumber bread rolls, I've grated 1 medium-sized carrot. So I've peeled the skin and grated nice and fresh. Next I'm going to grate some cucumber. I've taken 1 medium-sized cucumber. Remove the seeds. I'm using only half the cucumber. Use the fine grater and grate the cucumber. So as you can see, after grating the cucumber, it's released a lot of water. I'm going to squeeze out all the water completely. So you can see I've squeezed out all the water. So now I have the grated carrot and the grated cucumber. To this I'm going to add 2 large tablespoons of mayonnaise. Mix it together. To this I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt and some fresh pepper. Mix it all in. The filling for the roll is ready. Keep this aside. For this recipe I'm using bakery bread. So you can see it's cut into thick slices. I'm going to cut off the edges. Using the rolling pin, roll out the bread flat, just like how you roll out a chapati. You can also use a thinner slice if that works for you. Place a little bit of the filling, spread it out evenly. Now you need to spread it out nice and thin. You don't want to add a thick layer because when you roll out the bread, it will all ooze out. Let it be a nice thin layer. These rolls are absolutely delicious. So make sure you roll it nice and tight. Now I'm just going to cut off the edges. Now these edges will not get wasted. You can just pop them in your mouth after you make them. Now you can just cut this into half. Make sure all the rolls are of equal size. So when you display them on a plate, they look nice and even. So you can see, now the filling, it looks so beautiful inside. It's nicely rolled up. So I'm just going to put a toothpick to hold it in place. For the canapes, I'm using light salty biscuits. Place the salted biscuits onto a plate. Cut the cheese slices into squares. On top, place the cheese slices. Peel the cucumber and cut into thin slices. Then place the sliced cucumber. Sprinkle little chaat masala. And add a small drop of tomato ketchup. The canapes are done. Now you can use any toppings of your choice to make these canapes. Serve them immediately. For the bruschetta, I'm making a tomato salad. I've taken 3 medium-sized tomatoes, de-seeded and chopped them fine. Take 2 cloves of garlic, chop them fine. I've chopped a few basil leaves. If you don't have basil or if you don't get basil, you can use mint leaves. Next, add 1 tablespoon of extra virgin oil. Season it with salt and pepper. Mix it all together. So this is a very simple tomato and garlic topping for the bread. For the bruschetta, I'm using a baguette. So I'm just going to cut it in thin slices. This is a nice slice that you can bite into. So don't make it too thick. Next, I'm going to top the bread slices with the tomato salad. Now that you've seen all these wonderful recipes, I'm sure you can't wait to try them. So do try these recipes and have a great party. Wish you all a very happy new year.